Yo, what's going on, everybody? Isaac Fleischer here, and welcome to another iHoopsFL interview. Now, before we begin, make sure you guys give me a follow on Instagram, iHoopsFL. I post all the highlights, all the best clips from any of these interviews that I've ever done. So definitely make sure you guys give me a follow on there. And for you guys, maybe want to see all the articles I've written for a company down here in South Florida, all that stuff is found on my Twitter at iHoopsRecruits. So again, iHoopsFL for interview stuff. Twitter at iHoopsRecruits for articles. But anyways, enough about me. Let's bring on our guest right now. Yo, what's going on, my guy? How you been?
How you doing? I appreciate you for having me on this interview today.
Nah, man, no need to thank me. I'm wondering, does your school teach you like how to talk to people like in interviews or any of that stuff?
Nah, not even. I'm just nah.
Okay, I'm not gonna call it the school, but I was at a school yesterday, and I guess like they're having a media day. I thought they wanted me there like to make my own content, whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess like part of I ended up I wrote a whole article about like what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
With some of the questions I asked, like whatever, like it's pretty tough. But I thought like they were gonna let me do my own thing. But I guess they wanted it to be a press conference for them because they have like not ethnic class. What's it called? Like a manners class, and they pretty much like wanted like us to. They just got a ton of people to ask them questions like about anything, and they had to like apply what they learned in their like manners class on how to talk. So I was like, I was like that was a pretty textbook like introduction right there.
Nah, I don't know. You just get that from watching TV, I guess. Like,
yeah. How's it kind of feel? Like you said, I guess from watching TV. I mean, obviously, like this is not a television level interview. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, like this could be worth something one day. But I guess just like what was it knowing you're almost, I guess, living a mini celebrity life kind of way. Like you said, like I saw stuff from TV, so I'm doing it now. Like, how does it feel like being asked to be interviewed and like getting mixes made for you and all that stuff?
I'm not a celebrity by any means. I appreciate it though. I think that's cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just doing what I love. I like to play basketball. Like, if people like to watch me play, like that's cool and all. But I don't really do it for them. I do it for myself. Like, my enjoyment doesn't come from getting interviewed and stuff like that. It comes from scoring and playing basketball and winning championships.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to ask about this before we won the interview. But can I see the shirt you're wearing? Like, is it?
Just a.
Oh, never mind. I thought I couldn't see the bottom of it, but I thought like it was gonna be some cool like anime design or something like that at the bottom. That was actually a little bit of a disappointment, man. I'm sorry. For sure, like I saw the font, like that's dope. And then I'm like, oh man, that was a little bit.
No drip today. No drip for the interview. No drip.
Yeah, but at least you do. Do you still have like what's the deal? Like, we saw those Jordans, those Obsidian ones. Like, do you kind of trade your shoes or do you just kind of just buy shoes? Like, what's the deal with you getting shoes? How do you do that?
No, my mom usually just gets me them for Christmas or my birthday. Like, I'm not into trading shoes. Like, to be honest, I'm not even too much into like dripping clothes and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm a hooper. Like, yeah, that stuff will just naturally come. I feel like the more like I work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I feel like having to be a hooper, like the basketball shoes in general, I honestly feel like today, well, they're starting to make like another rise again, but probably for like, a solid like few years, like the shoes weren't that like drippy. But definitely like back then, when we were like in elementary school, like if you're playing basketball, like you need to have basketball shoes unless you're getting like $5 like basketball shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the shoes are drippy. Like I'd be wearing my basketball shoes to school, like that would be my shoes. So
yeah,
that's definitely my take on it. And you mentioned a lot over the summer. You put in a lot of work. You've been training a lot of stuff. So can you talk about that and your training process?
Oh yeah, most definitely. My trainer Corey Wright, Get Right Basketball. He's the best trainer in New England, in my opinion. There's no better trainer, and he's like the best mentor and trainer for me to have in my circle, in my corner. And I turn to him for a lot of things, such as advice. And he's more than just like an on-court trainer, because like he'll do everything for me. Like if I ask him, like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" Like he'll tell me the truth. He won't lie to me, which is good. But back to the on-court stuff, like he was just putting me through the ringer, doing a lot of ball handling drills and shooting a lot and making sure that like I'm a skilled and well-rounded player, because I think that's the most important thing you can do nowadays, is come skilled and be a shooter and be able to handle, especially as somebody my size and as I keep growing and hopefully like grow to 7 feet. But I'm perfectly fine being 6'9". But you know what I mean? Like it's just so important to get skilled, and he does a great job working with me and getting me better.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. And mentioning your size and all that stuff, this could be slightly rude, but like when I see a player like Chet Holmgren or one of those
Mhm.
like tall guys, I mean, this is all like the scouts saying like the weakness. It's not their size; it's more like their width. I guess like, they're not strong or super
Yeah.
skinny. I mean, obviously, the most tall people are kind of like skinny.
Mhm.
And I honestly like I feel like when I watch those guys play, like I'm scared one day like someone's gonna do like when we were like younger, when someone would just go like trip and just stick their leg out and like
Yeah,
I'm like scared. Like, I feel like if someone does that, like their leg will just break in half. Like they're like stick people almost. Like
yeah,
how are you able to deal with that weakness? Because obviously, like I'm sure it's something you
yeah.
have.
I think I definitely I've gained weight. Like I'm like 190 now, so I think that's like pretty solid. But I definitely have way more weight to gain. But I think that it's one of those things where it's just like your body shape when you're young, and like it's something like some stuff that you can't really like control. Like if I could come out the womb like just being strong, like as like what I mean. Like it's just like our body sizes because we're growing so fast. You know what I mean? It's hard for our muscles to catch up to it, but I think that like once we get to that next level, like in our bodies like are starting to really like develop and mature, like we'll be able to put on weight and just become stronger. I think that as we're growing and stuff, it's the most important thing is to take care of our bodies the right way and not just to like lift a bunch of weights because we need to become stronger. Is to do it the right way so we don't stunt our growth and b just do like irreparable damage to our body and make sure that we're doing what we can to stay healthy.
And something that's key, to getting your body right, at least for basketball condition, is eating.
Yeah,
So what's your whole diet like? Like, what do you? I guess what do you eat usually on a daily basis to maintain your body and improve it?
I eat a lot. Like I mean, like here at the dining hall, you can eat as much as you want. So like like they'll have protein, they'll have eggs for breakfast. Like they'll what I mean. It's just everything is there for you. You just have to take it. Like you just gotta like take it down. Like what I mean. Like you just gotta like see like I gotta eat this much. Like I gotta eat a lot. Like I'm working out a lot, and I mean we're doing a lot of encore stuff. We're doing a lot of strength and conditioning stuff. So it's important, and nutrients is important, and what you do off the court and how you take care of your body is just as important as what you're doing on. So like when it's time to lift and when it's time to get bigger, eating is a major part of that, and making sure that you're eating the right things is huge. So like when I go to the dining hall, like what I mean, I make sure to get a lot of protein and drink the milk, and what I mean, and get a salad and just get what you need to get yourself through the day.
You say drink the milk like it's torture. Are you not? Are you not into drinking milk?
Nah, I love chocolate milk. That's what I
Yeah.
usually drink.
So
Yeah,
every night, bro. Every night I have
yeah,
chocolate milk.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you just said it like it was something you just kind of gotta do. Like I need to just eat the veggies or just get it out of the way just do it.
Now,
But
that's like when I mix the milk with the protein shake. That's something you just got to get out the way. Like, like I'm not a big fan of protein shakes, but it's just part of being mature and growing up is realizing, like I got to drink this. Like, what I mean? This has what I need. Like, so
yeah, I personally like obviously I'm not an athlete, so I'm not drinking protein shakes. But I think I don't know. I mean, they're like these shakes that my mom has, like powder, but I don't know if it's exactly like a protein shake. But like
yeah.
I'll eat those for like breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like I think they're pretty good.
Mhm.
Maybe have some weird taste buds. But I'm wondering like when you eat, because again you do eat a lot. Like when you're just going to eat, are you hungry for the food, or do you just eat like even if you're not hungry because like I gotta eat a ton of food?
Both, like like if I it's just like I don't know, like that's just, like sometimes I'm hungry, like sometimes I'm not hungry, but when I'm not hungry, like I got like you got to realize like you got to put this in your body because this is what your body needs to repair itself. Like, and then when I am hungry, like you'll just naturally eat a lot, get the nutrients that you want.
Yeah, it's because I remember I'm not like traumatized by it, but like I think I took this to heart, I guess. So in elementary school, you have this little like lesson. I think it was something just teaches about like health, and it
Mhm.
was like get out of the day, maybe like an hour or two, something like that. And one like part was some lady telling us like you have to eat when you're hungry because she said like even if you eat carrots,
Mhm.
but you're not hungry for the carrots, like you
Yeah,
shouldn't eat the carrots unless that's not what she said, and I made that up in my head in like a dream. I
yeah.
live by that now. So I'm wondering like how it does work for an athlete because from like I eat when I'm hungry. Like when I'm not hungry, like
Mhm.
why eat? But I feel like it's just because I'm not an athlete. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to make sure my body looks presentable, not
Yeah.
like big and strong. I guess so that's probably I mean, reason why, and I'm sorry, I gotta bring this up. What I mean, since you get limited food, what's the dessert situation looking like over there?
They have valid desserts actually. Like I don't get dessert every time, but like they'll have good dessert like chocolate. Like I don't know, like it just varies like every day. It's like what I mean. It's like it's kind of like I'm at college kind of. You had like your dining hall and like like
yeah. Is there ice cream? Do they have like a ice cream machine?
Sometimes, not every day. Like it's not like a soft serve, like none of that. Like sometimes they'll bring in like some hard ice cream for dessert, or sometimes they'll just have like a cake or sometimes they'll just go with like whatever like nationalities like dinner that they're having. We'll just eat what they usually have for dessert.
Okay, so I mean, you say you don't take dessert every time. Like, why? Like, how are you able to make that's like a hard decision. I think, I mean, even for an athlete, you're probably gonna say like, I just want to make sure my body has the good things in it. But like, if you just have like a piece of cake with like all your good food, like that's probably fine.
I'm not like no questions asked. I don't get it twisted. I love cake. Like
yeah,
I literally just had a slice not too long ago. I just think that like like I'm not a fan of like vanilla or stuff like that. Like if I don't like it, like I won't take it.
Okay.
Like if I like it, like I'm obviously gonna take it. But like you know what I mean? That's what I meant by it.
Yeah, how do you get like disappointed when like it's something like I know if I'm going to like some big sort of like party like I haven't I've gone like one wedding my whole life, but if I was somehow like going to tons of weddings and like they just had like every dessert I didn't like, I'd be so bummed out. Like
that's kind of how it is.
Very sad. Like what do they ever serve like fruit as a dessert? Have you ever done that before?
Nah, but that's like to back what you're saying, like you're disappointed. Like that's kind of how it is every like day. But you got to realize, like, yo, I gotta eat this. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta force it down my body because I need the protein, or I need the, I need the carbs for like running later today. Like, I mean? You just gotta like be mature about it, and not be like a little kid and realize like, yo, this doesn't taste good. Like, I can't put this. Like, you just gotta like, force it down.
Yeah, definitely. And moving on to a little more basketball stuff. Prep Hoops has you listed as I think the number one player in the class of 2023. So just what's your take on that ranking and just rankings overall? Because I know like I was reading the comments of this post, like these rankings were getting like a lot of hate. So what's your take on all that?
I mean, be at 51, is pretty good. But I think like my goal is to be like the best. Like, but I don't really like entertain like all that, to be honest. Like, somebody once told me the only rankings that matter are the 60 on draft day. So what I mean, so you just got to keep working it. So then when the draft comes, you're high up on the draft. Like, you know what I mean?
And even those draft day rank, like wherever you get drafted,
yeah,
that really doesn't even matter either. Like
exactly.
It's like when people are speeding in their cars to go to like the same places. You are probably like you're all going to go to the same places at like the same time. So really, it doesn't matter if you got picked, number one or number two. Like you're all going to the NBA, and you're making a lot more money than most people are.
Exactly.
So I guess like even though that stuff doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Like it's just literally just falling in love with the game and doing what you love. Like if like what I mean. Like I think that's why I think whenever like I see rankings and stuff, where like if I don't see my name on it, it's like all right, whatever. Like these guys beat me here to this spot, but like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, you know what I mean? Like I have like nobody should be really concerned about freshman, sophomore rankings, especially during Corona. Like we should just be continued to work. So, and like when our time comes, that we're ready and prepared.
Definitely. And when you did see those rankings, like how did you discover you were on it? Like just maybe like a coach tell you like, hey, look, like you're ranked, or how did you find out like, oh, I'm actually ranked by Prep Hoops?
Yeah, my coach Ward sent it to me, and he's like, "Oh, you're 51 on this list. Like, congrats! Like, that's a good accomplishment." But like he emphasized to me like you haven't played in forever. Like at first they had me listed at 6'6" at first. I remember like I'm 6'9". Like, you know what I mean? And I think that just added like that just showed like what I mean, if they're gonna list me here at 6'6" and from what they've seen a while ago, like I can't wait till what they see me again and how much I've improved and how much work I've been putting in.
For sure. And I'm sure you probably like, even though maybe it's not like that good of a thing, but I'm sure you ended up, looking through the rankings, like seeing, who's where, like what was your take on those? Because again, like I'm looking at the comments of this post right now, like I see a lot of laughing emojis. Saw someone said terrible list. Like I've seen some bad stuff on those rankings. So like when you saw rankings like that, like obviously, like you deserve to be ranked. that's a fact. But like maybe some of the other spots, like you need to say names or anything like that. But what was your reaction to seeing like those rankings? Because a lot of people were not impressed by those.
Everybody always feels some type of way when they see like rankings and like if they do or do not see themselves on the list.
Yeah,
But
no,
like
but these are people that don't even play
exactly.
that are valid. That like I'm not even saying like basketball players that
Hmm.
don't like play. Like I'm saying like people that respecting the basketball community are
Hmm.
saying like these are bad. So
I don't know. Like to be honest, like I could really care what what they have to say. I just you have to focus on what you could control. Like I can't control like what Prep Hoops is gonna say about me. I can't control what 24/7 is gonna say about me. I can't control what ESPN is gonna say about me. The only thing I could focus on is working in my development and where I'm gonna be.
and I want to propose an idea to you. I said this like a couple interviews ago. I think they shouldn't do rankings by number, but I think
Mhm.
they should have like, like oh whoa, something went on my glass. Oh my, like they have something where it's like all these guys are 5 stars, all
Yeah,
these guys are 4 stars, all you guys are 3 stars, and just don't rank like
that's not
like
a bad idea.
anybody. I think that's what they should do.
I think that's a great idea in my opinion because
Thank you, thank
like
you.
it's hard to separate like you know what I mean guys that play different positions, guys
Yeah,
that
like
different
the number
things.
one and number two, like there's really, again,
Yeah,
it's all the same place. Like number 1 through 3, even
yeah.
like again, all the 5 stars are
Mm.
all, like extremely elite, and like
Mm.
everyone always like, and all the the mix it people like when they're filming a 5 star, they're like number one player in the class question mark. Like I think
Yeah.
every 5 star should, just be like these are the 5 stars. Like I think
Mm.
it should really be like that.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing, but yeah, definitely. But at the same time, like I think like I just for me, like one of my biggest things is competition and separation. Like I do not like I don't want to be in this put in the same topic as 20 other guys, like especially you know what I mean? Like if I have a chance to separate myself, I'm gonna do whatever I
But at
can.
the same time, like you are though, like all the 5 stars,
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, you're a 5 star. You're pretty much the same as this person, and there's probably not that big of a difference.
Mhm. Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, exactly. There
It's
isn't,
more
but like
competing with
I feel like
yourself almost.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
you're
But
trying to get yourself to that next star ranking
mhm.
instead of like a number because if you move up from let's say 51 to 50,
Mhm.
like that's like meaningless. It's not gonna do anything. Like it's not gonna change like your star ranking. It's really not gonna do much. It's not like an offer's gonna be like, oh wow, he went from 51 to 50. Like oh that's it. Like he's our guy now. It really doesn't do much.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think like colleges and stuff like that they take rankings into account as much as like people think. Like obviously it's like a list to see like where people are at, but if a guy can hoop, a guy can hoop. Like I know guys that like are not even ranked that I know could bust people that are not ranked. Like you know what I mean, like if like me being like 51, like I'm not gonna fear going against guys like Omaha in guys in the 2023 class that like play by position and like you know at the same like I want to go at them and like I think that if I can go at them and you know what I mean, like we're trying to separate each other or separate ourselves from each other and really see like who the alpha dog is and who's better. And there's no better way to do that than just to play basketball in head to head matchups and really just see like who comes out victorious. You know what I mean? And and I think that there is no substitute for competition in live in live playing. And obviously we haven't been able to do that because coronavirus. So that's why I think that like these rankings and stuff like that are kind of irrelevant. And you know, when it's time to come back to playing, I think that like you're gonna really see the guys that were in the gym and the gym rats and guys that were more focused on, you know, I want to be a 5 star and guys that weren't.
Yeah, definitely. And how'd your freshman year go?
It went well. Like I think I had a huge learning curve. I learned a lot, developed a lot, and that was like my main focus. That is my main focus still is to keep growing and developing. And you know, I was lucky to have such great teammates and such great leaders as seniors that helped me realize like I got what I got to do to realize accomplish my goals.
And for sure. And I guess what are some of your goals or something you're looking to improve upon now coming into your second year of high school basketball?
You know, I really wanted to improve as a leader. You know, I mean, I feel like being like a freshman, like I started last year, but I wasn't as vocal as I'd like to be. And coming in my sophomore year, I feel like I was much more of a team leader and being one of the better players on our team. I feel like it was my role to step up and really like lead the train to like victory. And another thing I want to improve on is really just getting better at everything. Like all of my skills and everything that I do is nowhere near the NBA level or the college level, or you know what I mean. And like you just got to improve everything and just keep working and keep getting better at everything.
Definitely. And just what's it like, going to a boarding school overall, not seeing, your family or anything like that, sleeping at a place it's not, your personal room. What's that all like?
It's a good question. I think it's like it kind of prepares you for college, literally, like it's college preparatory, and it just gets you ready to play at the next level. And I mean, it's just a place where there's no distractions, where you can really just focus on basketball at school and just I mean, you're not worried about I got to go drive off to go to this party, or I want to go to this party, like, or so and so is over
if
here.
you want to go to a party, you could just take a step across the hall and then
exactly, like, come over, like, you know what I mean, like let's talk, like, you know what I mean. And I think that's so beneficial because like it's a bunch of people that are all focused on development, and there's no distraction, so it's just focus. It's just perfect, I think, for young athletes to really to really grow and develop.
And as much as it's fun to have like just live life with your friends, no technically like adults or parents like around you, but at the same time, if you're living at home, you go from school, with friends, practice friends, then you come home, with your family, like it's like a change of people all the time. But we're at a school where it's all the same people the whole time. You don't really got to go home that much. I'll say pretty much around the same people like forever. Does it ever kind of get boring like that?
I mean, I think that like the community here is your family, kind of, because you're living with them, you're eating with them, like you're doing everything with them, and like finding a good group of friends and finding people that have like the same interests or the same drive and motivation that you have to be great really just helps you become great. You know what I mean? If like my mom always said, like, do not hang out with like bad influences. Obviously, don't hang out with this kid. Don't hang out with this kid. But when you're here, you're with like all the kids that your parents want you to be around. You're with all the kids that, you know what I mean? And it helps me like grow and realize like, I got to do this, like, to be successful.
And I'm actually like, I'm really curious about this in terms of like a boarding school and friends and all that stuff. Like, I'm sure being a basketball player, I'm sure tons of people want to be friends with you. Want to see some offers, like everyone, wants to be your friend. But how do they get you guys to make friends like at a boarding school? Like, do they have like one night, like the first night, I guess, of the year, where they kind of have everybody like maybe split off in groups and like kind of meet people, or how do they get people to make friends and find a group like that?
No, it just naturally occurs. Like I think like they have like a lot of events here on campus.
Yeah, probably like a big help.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of forgot there were that roommates even existed. But continuing on the interview, how has your recruitment process been?
It's been great. I couldn't thank God enough and people in my circle for what's happening, especially being so young as a sophomore. And it's a humbling experience for sure. But the number one thing I realized is that like I'm only like a sophomore. Like, even though like some of these colleges are offering me young, I have a long way to go before I'm really actually ready to attend a high major school, or you know what I mean, attend like a school where guys are where like to play at the college level. And the number one thing that you got to realize is just to stay focused on where you're at right now and continue to grow. And when it's time to get to those colleges and time to pick, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go there, that you're ready and that you're ready to play at that level.
And which schools would you say are talking to you the most out of the ones that have offered?
I would say the schools that are recruiting me the hardest right now there's only is Indiana and Iowa. I think I don't really want to get into that too much. I feel like can you cut this out if you can?
Or you just don't need to say it. Like, it's not.
I'll say the two that are recruiting me the most are Indiana and Iowa.
All right. So do you want to maybe like skip over the more like recruiting stuff, or?
I mean, I'm not like, colleges aren't supposed to like be talking to me.
Well, but aren't they like? Yeah, that's why like, I feel like at some point, like, I don't know why, like,
yeah,
I always somehow get into like a part of the interview where a 2023 guy explains to me how the recruitment works for them, because like some could answer the questions like, and I know they can't. Well, this is everything I've pretty much learned. Like, I should make a list of this. So I've learned about how I guess the coaches, you can contact the coaches, I heard,
Yeah.
and I think they could respond, but they
Yeah.
can't like initiate a
Exactly.
conversation or something like that. So I heard about that. And then I guess like wouldn't your head coach maybe say like, hey, call them at this time, and that's kind of how
Yeah.
it works. Like
I
that
think
that's
that's how it
usually a
works.
hard question to ask some 2023 guys. Or for some reason, like some know and some don't. So yeah,
Yeah.
you just never know.
It works just like that. I just don't want to get like any of the coaches that have been like talking to me in trouble or anything. So
Yeah, well, I don't think like Taylor, you're not saying oh they talk. Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you like I'm still confused. Like I just learned like
yeah.
what the difference between unofficial and official visit is, and I'm still like confused about it. Like the stuff every player is giving me like a different response on how recruitment works.
Yeah.
It's definitely been pretty confusing.
Because everybody's recruitment is different. I think that's why like everybody's recruitment.
Well, not even that. Like yes, but at the same time, like all the school, like all the coaches follow the same guidelines. Like it should all be the same. Like of course, different schools maybe, but just the guidelines. Like why am I getting all these? Like some guys know, some guys don't know. Some guys tell me like this is how it works. And I was like, it's so confusing.
It is for sure. Like I think the number one thing you just gotta do is just I don't know. I think it's just I just
I mean for you like you just kind of got to go with the flow. That's probably advice for a player. Like if one guy is saying this is happening, like just know like it's whatever. Like the coaches obviously know what they're doing. So yeah. And where would you say you see your game at the next level in terms of the way you play basketball?
I see myself being a very versatile player, somebody that could put the ball on the deck, or somebody that could take somebody in the post and score a right hook over a smaller guard, and I think that translates a lot to next level and higher level basketball. As you see nowadays, guys are switching, and I have the ability to guard like everybody on the court. So guys are switching a lot, and it's like positionless basketball is like the new wave and the new era of basketball, and I think that my game directly translates to that, as I'm able to do a lot of different things on the court, and I'm really looking forward to getting an opportunity to play at that next level.
And being a very lengthy player like yourself, like you mentioned, you're 6'9", you're only in the class of 2023. You got a couple more years left. Can you talk about the process of like I guess how your body's developed to the way it is today?
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of shorter growing up. I wouldn't say like very short, but I was tall, but not like super tall. Like I was like pretty like what I mean? Like
yeah, well, you were one of the taller kids in your class, but you weren't like
but it was nothing like crazy. Like I was like towered over like what I mean? Just being in Vermont, obviously like I naturally like was taller than a lot of people because like people were just short there. But like in retrospect, in like a natural like level, like I feel like I was like kind of average and like a little bit above average. But then I had a summer where I had a growth spurt, and I just kept growing from like 6'2", 6'3" to 6'6", and then I grew again from 6'6", 6'7" last year to 6'9" now. And I feel like I'm about to have like another one of those jumps this summer where I grow from like 6'9" to like 7 feet, and then and that's just how I grew.
And you kind of touched on it like a little bit in the beginning of the interview. But like, I guess, what do you want your body to like, I guess be like, are you trying to be, just extremely tall, or are you trying to maybe almost like stay around that 6'9", 7 foot range, then just kind of bulk up from there? What's maybe the end goal you want in terms of your body?
You know what I mean? I think that doing whatever I can to make sure I'm strong and still mobile and still able to move the way I can move right now is the most important thing. And, my strength and conditioning guy, Island Athletics, he does a great job making sure I'm mobile. And we did a lot of work on agility. And I think it shows in my game as being able to move like quicker and faster than a lot of 6'9" guys. And at the same time, though, I want to be able to move bodies and move guys out the way. So I think that like having a body similar to like a Kevin Durant, where he's strong and he's not like strong, but he's solidly strong, where he's still moving guys out the way. And you know what I mean? I think that strength is a huge addition to the game. And as I like continue to grow and continue to keep getting stronger, I think that it's going to add another dimension of versatility to my game.
That definitely is super cool. But anyways, I got one more question for you, and I want to know what are your goals for life?
I want to be an NBA player, no doubt. I think that like everything I do right now is like very oriented to being a pro. Like people always tell me like if you want to be a pro, you got to act like a pro now, and you got to take care of your body. You got to get your grades right. You got to work hard. You got to be a gym rat. And my dream is to be a long time NBA vet. Like I want to be an NBA All Star. I want to win championships. Like that's just me. Like I love the game of basketball, and I want to win it all. Like I want everything. And I think that as long as I surround myself around the right people, like I think that the sky's the limit, and I can accomplish those goals for sure.
And sticking to that whole, NBA player kind of thing, obviously, like even in my life, I said like I want to make it to the NBA. I kind of got that turned down by my parents, just because I guess I wasn't the great. I thought I was decent in first grade, but I guess my dad said I was always bad at basketball. I still don't believe him though. I think I was solid. At least in my younger days. But a lot of kids say like I want to go to the NBA. I want to play in the NFL. I don't know. I want to be an astronaut. Even like they like everybody has at one point in their life where they have that that bit like I want to be a pop star or something like that.
Yeah.
But what's like knowing? I mean, I guess it's starting to slim down in terms of kids' goals and dreams. They start to realize what's realistic. And for you, like what's like knowing the NBA is still something that's a realistic option for you.
It definitely feels great and humbling because as a kid, like that's all you dreamed of. That's all I dreamed about. And everybody had hoop dreams at one point. Everybody wanted to be LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, but not everybody wanted to put the work in every day and do what you have to do to get to that level.
Man, you're like coming at me after I put in the work in. Like I didn't even know what a personal trainer was when I was that young.
Neither did I, but I mean like. Guys like guys like it doesn't you're never too late to start. Guys like you got guys like Obi Toppin. I mean no Division I offers until he does a post grad year at my Mount Zion prep, and there's always guys like that like John Morant that obviously goes to Murray State. It's just about how much you love it and how much you're willing to put into it. Like it's never like too late. Like if you want to be an NBA player, what's stopping you from working out 3-4 times a day and eating right, and you know what I mean, and like it's really up to you. Like that's the number one thing that I think that I learned is like you could always dream about it, you could always think about it, but what are you gonna actually do to accomplish it? You know what I mean? So I think that you just having the work ethic and having the vision and having like the work ethic and having the drive is just the most important thing that you can do to accomplish those goals.
Yeah, I guess maybe those genetics can slightly play a factor.
Exactly. Yeah, that definitely helps too. Right? Definitely helps being 6'9". I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, before we end the interview, is there anything you want to plug or anybody want to shout out?
Shout out to my guy, Get Right Basketball. That's Corey Wright. I mean, that's my guy right there. That's my mentor. I think that he's one of the best guys for me to have in my corner. So shout out to him.
And definitely, man. Well, anyways, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at Taylor Bull Bowen and at iHoopsFL. And anyways, for 2023 St. George's wing, Taylor Bull Bowen. I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.